understand vertical angles. So the first slide is going to explain what a vertical angle is. Okay, so vertical angles are formed when you have two straight lines that crisscross. And when you have two straight lines that crisscross, they're always going to form four angles. So here's our different four angles that are formed. And obviously they're going to have a special relationship between the two of them. So when I look at angle 2 and 4, these two are vertical, which means not only are they across from each other, they're going to be the exact same angle measure. Okay, and that's a proven fact. Those two will be exactly the same. And then obviously you have 1 and 3 are vertical angles, so this obtuse angle is the exact same measure of that obtuse angle. What would angle 1 and 4 make together? Nope. How much? 180. What relationship would that be between 1 and 4? It'd be supplementary. Good. See, that's a vocabulary that we're going to have to be able to use.
Oh, 1 and 4.
Yes, I said 1 and 4. 1 and 4. You can have them marked. 1 and 4. Okay.
Yeah, like 1 and 3. I thought you meant 1 and 3.
You thought I meant 1 and 3. That's why I said 1 and 4.
I thought you meant 2 and 4.
Okay.
I thought this was on.
Okay. All right. Find the angle that is vertical to angle HJY. I've had a lot of people not using the angle mark. Make sure, I've had people say, what is that weird shaped L? That is not a weird shaped L. That is how mathematicians say angle, and you do need to have that in your writing. Okay, so HJY. So HJY, what would be vertical to HJY? Just see PJL. And so again, the way I would write that, angle PJ has to be in the middle, L. Or remember, you can always say LJP. You can always reverse the two end ones. Okay. What is this point called right here as we review vocabulary? Vertex. That's the vertex. Yes. All right. Next one. Name an angle that is vertical to ABC. Stephen? RBW. Yes. So here's ABC. So our vertical angle is RBW. So I write angle RBW. All right, let's get a little bit harder with this.
Wait, so ABC is equal to RBW?
Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, so why do you not like the way that sounds? Like, tell me why you didn't sound weird. Because it looks bigger than the other one. Okay, so pretend, okay, remember, angles, it doesn't matter. This right here is called a ray that goes out like this. That ray can go for infinity, but it does not change the angle of this. So pretend that this is all you can see. Are those two at the same, see this? Is that the same as this? Yeah. So it doesn't matter how long the ray extends, it's the same angle measure. Does that make sense? Does that clarify a little bit? Okay. All right. So now, see if you can pick two vertical angles. That's so easy, Catherine says. Okay, so remember, angles can be named using one letter, 3 letters, or numbers. So I could say the angles, 3 and 6 are vertical. They're not, but I could say that. That's how I would say that. So what are 2 angles here that are vertical? Oh, 2 angles that are vertical. Everybody look and see if you can find 2.
Find 2?
2 angles that are vertical. Yes.
Oh.
Jeremiah. 7 and 8 would be vertical angles. Okay?
What?
So remember back from the beginning. Okay, remember back from the beginning. Vertical angles are formed when you have 2 intersecting lines. So here's 1 line, here's 2 lines. Okay, so now look back at our picture. 2 lines are intersecting. Here's 1 line, here's 2 lines. Those 2 lines intersect, and 8 would be congruent with 7.
The numbers are confusing.
But we learned earlier, like I said, I showed it to you, that you could name them 3 different ways. Okay, Samantha? So 5 and 6. So you have 2 intersecting lines. This line and this line would form 2 intersecting lines. 5 would be vertical with 6. Okay? What's another one? Luke. Okay, so the question is, are 1 and 2 vertical angles? And some of you are shaking your head no, and Catherine's very adamant. Okay, Catherine, what do you think?
No, but because it's not Like stop.
Okay, it has to have two straight lines, right? So I see one right here. Okay, but look at angle 2. Angle 2, this line would have to go like that. Does that make sense? That was a trick question. I was trying to trick you. So this is not a set of vertical angles. Okay, what about 3 and 4? What do you guys think about those? It's the same thing as 1 and 2. Yeah, totally agree. Okay, you would have to have a straight line here, and you'd have to have a straight line here, which we don't have. So this is not another set. Yes, Catherine. Okay, so 2 and 3. Remember, they have to have two.
Wait, no, 1 and 3.
Okay, so you gotta have 2 lines, and they gotta be like right across from each other.
Yeah.
So let me. Another thing that helps with this. Okay, you still are adamant. Okay, which 2?
1 and 3.
1 and 3. Okay, so here's angle 1. Here's the other part of 1. This would have to be vertical with that.
No, I said 1 and 3.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to prove to you how 3 is not over there. 3 would have to be here in order for it to be vertical. Basically, it's not part of the definition, but it has to share a vertex.
But it does, right there in the middle.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
Okay, all right, come draw it.
Wait, me or you? Let's just both go. I get one.
Okay, you guys can both come. That's fine.
Are you talking about this one?
Yeah,
All the way down?
Yeah.
Like this. And then,
You can do the other one if you want.
See, it shows right there.
Yeah, okay, that's not on 1 nor 3. That's not on
But
either
that's
one.
line-
No. This is, angle 3 is right here. That's angle 3.
Oh.
Angle 1 is right here.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, so that's neither. Now, are there a ton of vertical angles in this thing? Yeah, there's a ton. Because anytime they go, like this one is vertical with this one. They're all over in here, but they're not numbered. Okay, so that was what we were having trouble with. We didn't understand. The number has to be right in the middle of the angle. Okay, does that make sense? Are you sure?
I said no.
Well, they're not really random. They're in the angle measure. They're in the angle. This is angle 8 right there.
Well, it's a confusing
I know.
thing.
It's like a spider web.
The vertical thing that's confusing. It's just like that.
But that's okay. But that's the thing, because look as we get to these next ones.
Probably easy.
I mean, you're gonna have them that aren't perfect. So you got to be used to that. They're not all gonna be cut and dry like this one. I mean, they're gonna be more. They're gonna get more intricate. Okay. All right. So this one, what is the value of x? Write an equation. How would I write an equation for this one? Carter.
4x plus 40 equals 140.
Yeah. 4x plus 40 equals 140.
Oh, x is 25.
We are making sure we can write equations because these are going to get worse. We want to make sure we know what we're doing. So does what? There we go.
Is it 25?
All right, let's look at the next one.
I don't understand why the line stopped.
What do you mean, why the line
On
stops?
the last one.
Like where? What do you mean? Why the line stops? I don't know what
Like,
you're
why
saying.
doesn't it just keep going?
Forever?
Yeah, I thought they're supposed to go on forever.
Then
why did they stop?
They don't have to. They don't have to.
Then why did they stop? Why couldn't?
Because these would technically be line segments instead of lines, which are legal in geometry. You can have line segments. All right, let's look at this one. How would we find the value of x on this one? Two people? 2.5 people? Katie, what was your thought?
Well, so if that angle is 40, but it adds up to 90, then UYH would be 50.
Uh-huh.
So then it would be 50 equals 5x.
Exactly. Because this would then be vertical with this, which means this one and this one are the same. So now your equation would be 5x equals 50.
Well, so do you have to write like the first step to that, like
I'm okay with this. Now, I'll tell you guys, when you get into geometry, you'll have to be able to write that and prove it. but for what we're doing right now, I'm okay with this. Do you guys see it? Good? Okay, let's get a little harder. Each one gets a little harder. Okay, what do you guys think about that one? Give everybody a chance to look at it, and then tell me your opinion. Jeremiah? Okay. There's lots of different ways to get to the right answer on this.
So, what I did was, there's the right angle right next to 18.
Right here?
The angle is 18 degrees. So I added 90 and 18 and got 108. And I subtracted 108 from 98.
Okay, so you added these two together, got 108. So what you said?
Yeah.
And then you subtracted and got how much for this one? 72. 72? Are you sure about that?
Yep.
Yeah. But this angle right here is 72? Yep. Okay. All right, then what?
Wait.
I'm just asking. Well, I'm just asking. What should,
Then that angle, that whole angle would it be 90? It'd be 80.
The whole angle would be 180, but that little angle that has the square would be
so this right here does have to equal 90. Does that make sense? Okay, can somebody come up and, okay, she said this angle right here is 5x. She knows that this angle right here is vertical, so this has to also be 5x. Then what she did is she said, okay, I'm going to look at it like this.
Right.
Now I'm going to pretend like none of this exists. I'm going to pretend that now I have just a straight angle here, and that each of these angles together should add up to 180. Okay? So she's saying 5x plus 66 plus another 5x plus 34 equals a total of 180. And then from here, we just add our like terms. So 5x and 5x is 10x. And 66 and 34 is 100. Equals 180. Subtracting out 100. And we get 10x equals 80. So that x equals 5x plus 5x is 10x. Catherine.
Oh, well, I did like EFL.
You did EFL?
That EFL, and I did like that one. Okay, so wait. First I did.
EFL. Oh, and you went this way. Yeah, sure. And that's the exact same thing, right? You're just bringing this over, and then it's the exact same equation. Sure. Like I said, there are so many different ways to look at these, and that's what's going to happen as you go into geometry. You're all going to be able to take different routes to get to the right thing. Yeah.
So we can just take any straight angle and use one side of it?
Of course, yes. Yeah. Or any 90-degree angle and use part of it.
You don't always know if it's straight.
That's right. You don't always know if it's straight. That's what I haven't liked about digits so far, is it technically we don't know it's straight unless it tells us.